All right, what is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Appreciate you guys in the nice kind of long, because you're getting a little freebie on what may happen with ExxonMobil. If you guys are trying to go long at the exact top, that could be, well, not the, it could go higher, but if you guys are trying to long a top, an all-time high, this could be a good time to do so. If you guys like oil, you guys like stagflation, could be one of those things. Let's look at the chat a little bit. What is up, NBF? Appreciate you. What's up, crypto? Atachi. Critpo. Atachi. What's up, Bitcoin Slut from Atlanta? What's up? Always explicit. What's up, crypto military vet? All right. What's up, guys? So we'll get into the analysis. Got some things to talk about. Hit first take profit on this nice trade we had, and this was one in the Discord. And I'm thinking about, this is something I'm thinking about. It may not happen, but because we provide such a good product in the Discord, because me and 3 other analysts do so well in there, what I might offer you guys is a free trial, free 1-week trial for everybody. And I may not offer that for a long time, but I may try that just so you guys could get a little taste of it. I know there's going to be, if I do that, there's going to be a lot of people in there asking a lot of, well, no question is stupid, but you know, a lot of new people in there. But maybe I'll do it. If you guys want me to, smash the like button. So yeah, what's up, real crypto scalper? So yeah, we're in this good little guy right here. This little kind of a scalp. Let me lock in profits, actually. I just want to, because our entry 26266, yeah, it's pretty good. Stop loss at entry, where would I take more profits? Probably no brainer to do it at 26753. I'll close along. Okay. So we're good with that right now. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. We're hitting the highly coveted spider line. We're breaking through a little trigger wave on the hourly. I think there's a decent shot we could come up a little bit more here. And yeah, I mean, ultimately, I do think you may have a little bit more here. Does not look terrible on that daily. And we may get some more relief, obviously, short-term relief in the S&P 500, potentially into the end of the month. Can't believe we are already almost in October, or 2 years past the previous all-time high for Bitcoin. Nice, man. You're long from the bottom. Crypto scalper. Wow, if you're scalping, it makes sense. But yeah, it's a good one. Anyway, got an 18 on the bull on the hourly. Looks like continuation. I think you probably could get up to 26.5, something of that nature, potentially. And then yeah, I think we could come up a little bit more here, guys. I mean, let's take a look at ETH too. Short term, I'm trying to do short term TA first, but I mean, money flow deep on the 2-day. Not looking bad in the daily. I mean, you are kind of rejecting from that area. What's going on right now on ETH? Is ETH like, no, it's still coming up. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, you kind of that reverse head and shoulders type thing broke up there. Could it come up higher? Potentially. Potentially can. Hmm. Yeah, to that formation, I'm thinking 609 or something. I think we could come up higher here. And I almost want to add a little bit to this Bitcoin long. But, sometimes that doesn't always, we do it on the streams to have a little bit of fun, but doesn't always work out, the way we planned, but sometimes it can. Who wants me to double this long? Who wants me to double this long? You guys know you want me to. You want to see that. Anyway, let's look at traditional markets a little bit. What's going on with the S&P 500? We could go higher, in your opinion. And listen to Crypto Scalper here. We're gonna add to this a little bit. Oh man, how much should we put in? Let's put in another 3. Oof. Yeah, there's stop loss. Have some fun for the stream. I think we could go higher too, man. I mean, it's kind of a risk-free trade here, so that breakout. I mean, where are you going to hit next? You could come up higher potentially. So if we look at the S&P 500, macro stuff obviously remains pretty bearish. Don't get fooled. Short term though, a couple days, you could see it coming back up to like 430 here potentially. On the S&P 500, we are down a good. I mean, it was the worst day since March. Yesterday. Mm, 0.5, 0.65 retracement from the dump. Let's take a look at that actually. Let's see what you were talking about here. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. You're thinking up here. Yeah, it could be, man. It could be a little bit higher. So it'd be right around there. It could be because a lot of people probably are trying to take profits here where like I am, and then yeah. TRB. Take a look. Sure. This thing is freaking not stopping. Oh my god. This thing's going to 5.5% next. TRB. Yeah, this is. There's always one that they're pumping. There's always one that's. I don't know, man. It's tough with stuff like this. I mean, it's hidden resistance, man. I don't know if it's gonna get much higher. It's hard to say. You're starting to get a little overheated. You're gonna get a bearish div too. Yeah, it looks like you could get a little bit more maybe. You might get a little bit more here. Yeah, you gotta about to get that bearish div in the 6 though. Yeah. Are we pumping? Yeah, we are pumping. It's pumping. So the other thing too here, I mean, we just want to look at macro, not to get too excited. I mean, weekly coming into the gray, weekly coming into the gray on ETH, and also that's a little nice pump. And if you look at ETH Bitcoin, I'm just curious through this little pump, what's happening? It's dumping. It's dumping against Bitcoin. And it probably will continue to do so for some more time. We don't know exactly how long, but we do know that we don't know. And yeah, I think ultimately that 2 week EMA is coming gray. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be like that, guys. I'm just curious if it is that amount of time to really like bottom out here against Bitcoin. Oh my God. September 24. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Hope not. That's going to be rough. I think, you know, this money flow would give you a more, it's probably sometime, honestly, early next year. It looks like early next year, potentially later this year, I think. You hope that we rip the Band-Aid off and just come down quick against Bitcoin, get it over with. You also hope this little buddy up here, which is pumping right now, back above 50%, you know, Bitcoin dominance can continue forward and hit that technical target, potentially at 60, which I think is going to be a really good place to get into altcoins if we do get that high. I don't know if we will. I think 55% is a place to look, though. Is a big place to look. And we also want to look at some of our, you know, infamous fan favorites, which are just getting obliterated against Bitcoin and not doing too much. It's kind of like, you know, a lot of people have been, you know, buying the dip on this since the first dip at $1. That was a pretty big dip right there. And then, man, it'll eventually bottom. I think around, you know, 15 to 10 cents. Do I think the 4-year cycle will play out? Yes. I don't have any reason to believe it won't, but keep in mind that 4-year cycle, you may not see your high or low on Bitcoin and your lowest lows of coins bottoming out until pre-halvening, which could be, you know, potentially, what was I going to say? Potentially, you know, early next year. So keep that in mind. I think we're in just a very, you know, kind of apathetic kind of place, I feel like, for this whole thing. And yeah, I mean, that's that. Solana as well here. I mean, 16 on the bear on the 2 week. There's a lot of crap going on. I mean, a daily could bring us up in the short term, but yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Should I take profits? Yeah, we'll listen to the crypto scalper. Right there. I'll take a little bit out. Take a little bit out there. And yeah, I mean, ultimately, what will happen here? I'm just thinking. That's a big point of resistance for Solana. Maybe you get up to there and then kind of reject again. $19. Matic, yeah. That 50-cent area is big, but the problem is if this is not a bullish formation, this is like not right what we're looking at. This is not, I mean, okay, it's 46 cents, yeah. I think you're coming lower. And even this there, I mean, the whole thing is not that bullish of a formation. I mean, you did have this kind of formation thing that broke there. I think you'd come to the high 30s potentially. Yeah. Just want to oh. Let's see here. Back to Bitcoin right there. Descending line on the daily chart. Well, it's not something I look at too much. Yeah, something like that. I mean, I don't know how high you're gonna get here. It's tough to say. Like, let me just look at turn this off for a minute. I'm using FAIRDESK for this trade. Been pretty good, especially for no KYC, no VPN required. They're pretty good for that. It's listed on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. It does what I need it to do. And so if you want to check that out, link down below. We give away with my link $100 every week to one person who deposits any amount and in trades. So yeah, check that out. Also, FAMEX is great. Prime XBT really good for Forex trading, and traditional markets pretty good for that. So check that out as well. All the exchanges down below I use, they're all pretty good. Don't look at anything I don't personally use. What's up, Crypto Grizzly? Been a minute. Any limits on withdrawals? I think it's a couple of Bitcoin a day still. It hasn't been in terms of what I've withdrawn. It hasn't been. I haven't like gotten any trouble with that so far, thankfully. So yeah. Market watching now, people in both directions. Yep. Yep. That is true, Josh Rodriguez. You can't long and short. It is tough to do that or you can't do it on Fairness. But if you have a different account and a different exchange, then you're okay. So I use multiple exchanges. So yeah, I could go long here and then go short on, say, FEMEX or, go short on something else. But yeah. I mean, you kind of want to spread your eggs around a little bit because you never know who could be the next FAIRDESK or the next FTX. So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. EXO, we were talking about that earlier, Crypto Grizzly. We were talking about that because I was talking about trying to go like not really trying, but yeah. Yeah, we were talking about the Bybit thing. Yeah, I just keep working on that, man. Keep working on that. I think they got sketched out by what you told them. Like, I'm not gonna go into detail about that, but if you say anything about like your friend or your, an item you have or what, they get sketched out real easy. It's probably that. But if you keep trying, man, you're gonna get that back. I would maybe even talk to a lawyer or something for that amount of money. It might be worth it. But you could get that back. Just keep trying. They get sketched out over dumb stuff, but you got to be careful what you tell them. Let's look at oil. Let's look at oil. McDonald's. I'm hungry too. I actually ordered something. Oh yeah, well, this is the wrong. We're about to look at X. Sorry guys. So I mean, this is like kind of a bullish formation generally. I mean, you got a trigger wave on the 2 week, monthly green dot. Your weekly is a little bit, but if you break upward 130, and I only tell you guys, if you break up to 130 for ExxonMobil, I think they're probably gonna raise rates at the next meeting. And yeah, it's gonna be wild, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, it could be the top of what, I mean, I would think that if it goes this high, I mean, oil typically pumps until you're in the recession. I mean, if the S&P 500 keeps dumping after it goes that high, and then there's more talks of recession, unemployment rises, then you probably would be topped out. But sure, it could go higher. I mean, what's it up since here? October 2020. Geez, 200%. That's not bad. I wonder if that probably freaking, what was Bitcoin in November of 2020? 12K? Probably outperformed Bitcoin. Jeez. Yeah. This one as well here. I mean, USO hitting that technical target. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. My guess is that you might have a little bit left in you. I don't know if I'd go long. I'd probably be more inclined to try to long Exxon, but then again, they probably follow. Appreciate your Josh Rodriguez. Yeah, guys, if you like the content, always smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate that. So yeah, that's oil. And oh man, I know you like Sonico, Crypto Grizzly. A lot of these look the same. Yeah. I mean, you're probably going to get some type of pullback on that bear div. It's not printing yet. Weekly's not half bad. I mean, I kind of like Exxon a little bit more. This formation, though, this is not a bearish formation here. This is not a bad formation in terms of the way price is moving. 53 potentially, I could see. And then we were looking at the 30-year. I mean, if you're trying to buy a place, get a mortgage, this is what you want to look at, and you're just like, oh. Yeah, that could probably keep going. I mean, I think average, they're going to be close to 8% if they're not yet average mortgage, 30-year mortgage rates. What are the dividends in Exxon? I want to see that actually. Hold on a second here. 3%, yeah, not bad. What was it Gareth Soloway was talking about? Somebody was talking about TLT. It is hitting a big point. You probably will get some type of bounce. I mean, I would guess. A monthly bull div is kind of what I would look for. This could be bottoming out. I'd probably just wait for the weekly money flow to come up a bit more here. Yeah, I mean, dividends are. They definitely are, but, you know, if the thing crashes, obviously, they're not going to outland that, offset that, but, yeah. So, let's take a look here. Oh my God. We got close to that area. We didn't quite get there. Hopefully we'll pump more. Trigger wave on the daily potentially. Wow, Crypto Grizzly, if you're DCing altcoins right now, be careful. If you're DCing Bitcoin, I think you're going to be fine. And ETH, you know, long term, but I mean, some of these altcoins, man, I don't know. But I mean, the boomers always tell you you're going to lose it all. They tell you you're going to lose everything. They tell you even if you buy crypto, you're doomed. If you don't, they just tell you you're done. I mean, they never got nothing positive to say usually. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I'll go maybe able to get some type of bounce. We've been looking at this. I don't know. I mean, the weekly looks good. I mean, 2 week not bad with that money flow. Could this be the outlier that bounces? I hope so. You may have a good shot here. How about Algo Bitcoin? I'm curious about this, like on the higher, yeah. Ugh. I mean, just imagine buying Algo in September of 21, down 93% against Bitcoin. Yeah. I don't think it's time to be buying altcoins in general yet. For the next bull run, I don't think it's time yet. I think we got to wait till Bitcoin dominance comes up a bit more. I just don't see enough of it. I mean, sure, some of them could be like, I don't know. Like some of them maybe bottomed out. Maybe Algo's bottomed out. I have no idea. Maybe Quant's bottomed out or whatever. But, nah, probably not Quant. There's one other one I was thinking about, but I forgot what it was. But, and this is coming down. I mean, you may get some relief here, but like, oh, man. AVAX at $8. You know, I mean, you do have a bull div, but that money flow is still deep on that weekly. I mean, would it make sense to come up, you know, retest this? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. October's normally a bloodbath, and yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, man. And I think that we're gonna see, you know, Bitcoin see realization. We're gonna see altcoins continue to get wrecked in October, and I think November is gonna be kind of the where we may see somewhat of a bottom. I think November could be where we're looking. September was not the bloodbath many have thought it would be. We were just kind of choppy, you know, more sideways. You know, I mean, it's still a red month on the hike and ashies, but I guess technically a green month on the regular candles. I don't know if it'll close green. If it does, it's probably not going to be green by a lot, and it doesn't have to drop down that much for it to close red. I think October is where we're going to finally get hit hard. 16 bear on the monthly. I mean, I'm just curious about it. It was a 7, 16 right there. Yeah, then he continued a bit. The thing is from 25 to 30, it wasn't even that much. Now you're below that. We're at that level. Sideways for almost 40 days. Yeah. Well, that's the accumulation here. I gotta deal with this like food order. See if this guy could find me. I might have to come down. It's not that bad, man. There's been some good scalps. There's been some good stuff, like this guy down below. It has been, man. It has been. Yeah. Let's see what happens here. Ah, man. I think that Crypto Savvy has generally been consistently wrong. I mean, not to talk crap or anything, but I mean, he was saying we'd go back to 3K when we were at 10K in September of 2020. I mean, he doesn't really believe, he just believes everything's going, you know, down so much. I mean, even if we were to go down to let's say we go down to 9,500. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not even that much lower than we are right now. So, yeah. What would I get? Some sushi. Let's just see if this, so I might have to go down. The 8-minute timer has started. Trying to order sushi, trying to stream, trying to trade, trying to do a lot of stuff. Trying to do a lot of stuff right now, guys. Yeah. You savvy, I don't know, man. His TA just compares everything to the Amazon bubble. Everything has to go down as much as Amazon. You know, it has to do exactly what Amazon did. So yeah. Oh, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Oh, thank you so much, Crypto Lifer. I gotta have you on the stream. Appreciate you, man. I'll get you back. I'll check out one of your streams. Appreciate the 100, man. Appreciate that. Um, been a minute, man. I saw one of your latest Twitter posts, man. I'm sure it's been tough, man. Yeah, you're in my prayers, man. But you've stayed strong. I mean, you stayed strong. Yeah, you just phenomenal. You guys check out the Crypto Lifer if you don't know him. Does a lot of great TA, a lot of great stuff. And man, there's a lot of. It's just crazy what how crypto's been with all the all the drama and stuff right now. And I haven't followed it enough. I haven't studied it enough. I've just been so busy with other stuff. I was trying to buy a condo and all this. It's just a lot. But yeah, we'll get through this. Yeah, it's been crazy. But I think things are going to get better. I mean, I think we got, I think we got a few more months of kind of boringness, general kind of the boring kind of stuff, where all coins probably just continue to bleed. We're going to see ETH kind of come down farther. If we do see more of a capitulation, a big drop, I think it's going to happen either next month or November. That's my main. Because if we look at, I feel like we're a month ahead of like this trajectory here. And like the bad months, if we don't count the pandemic, like the bad months were November and December, essentially, really November here. And I think it could be kind of like that. If we look at, let's look at regulars a little bit. So October was green. November was the doozy, and then he came down a little bit lower in December. So I think we're maybe 1 month ahead of that, and we're going to see October be more like this. And what was this type of drop down? I mean, this was pretty bad. 20 or 30% almost. Let's see. 18K. I mean, not impossible. High teens, low 20s has been my estimate for a while. If we look at, let's take a look at where is it? Oh, I got the 500 up here. That's kind of like worst case scenario. I feel like if a lower low. I don't think that's going to happen though. 16 right there, double bottom, potentially higher low maybe even. And then if we look at the three, I think it's going to be one of these. I mean, either 3 or 400 probably. Probably the 300, honestly. I don't know if you're going to go below 20, but it depends how long the Fed like kind of takes. We're looking at a lot of stagflation. I mean, we're really looking at that stagflation. And ultimately, right, to the drop, yeah. If we drop 109 is our technical target on the Dixie, and I think we'll continue to come up. We'll kind of continue to come up with this. We'll continue to come up with the oil. I think once we get to this point at the Dixie, I think it'll probably keep going up farther, but I think that's when oil kind of starts to come back a bit. And yeah, let's see. Let's see how this is doing. I don't know. Profits are locked in. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I did hear about the Bitcoin ETH options. They're newer to crypto. I don't have too much of an opinion on it. I think it would bring you some type of volatility. I mean, that's in 2 days from now. So my guess is that it would bring you some type of volatility. Oh, okay, the sushi's here. Let me get the sushi, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. A little hungry, so hope you guys don't mind. I eat the sushi. But ultimately, this little formation isn't terrible. We got some sushi here and something else. Some else. Got my favorite type of sushi here. We got the salmon avocado, which is my favorite type of sushi, and they did not give me utensils. Gotta get a fork. I am long on sushi, man. I'm kind of long. Yeah, sushi swap you're talking about, I'm sure, but yeah. And oh man, this stuff is so good. Pretty good. Pretty good. You gotta get the ginger too. Ginger's good, man. Yeah. Utensils are. I'm using a fork. Sometimes I do use the chopsticks. What is the palate? 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 The wasabi is always too spicy. I could see, yeah, I could see raw fish, yeah, if it's not prepared correctly. I could see that making you pretty sick. It tastes good though, but I mean, yeah, anything with raws, there's always going to be slight risk, especially the more it's sat out or whatever. This is actually a little warm. It looks good to me. Let's look at sushi swap here. You gotta read reviews for sushi. But, I mean, with any raw fish, I feel like there's always going to be a risk, even with raw oysters or whatever. There's always going to be a little risk. This is hitting a big point right here. Hex, no. Let's see. I don't even know what the market cap is at this point. I think it's done. And if it's going to bounce potentially here, but I think this is done. Now I ordered, I think this is chicken or something. It's some other. You got sushi, the crypto. This is good chicken. It's like the Japanese chicken or whatever. A little double bottom maybe. Still in the trade. That's good, man. Take profit up here. I think it could go a little higher though, potentially. Where we are now is the first take profit. I think we could hold it as support. Three hours not bad. What's up, AZTV? Yeah. Coming up a little bit. I think S&P 500 could come up a little bit too. Okay. I mean, at this rate, yeah, this thing is. Has anyone heard? Is Richard Hart still like posting stuff on Twitter or whatever? Or is he just falling off the face of the earth? What's the other one? No, this doesn't look too good. Down 90%. Yeah. I think we will see some type of bounce. Well, we could look at the yes, sure. This you talking about? Oh, yes, one exclamation. Oh, it's this, yeah. I think in the short term, you got a decent shot with the 4 hour. I don't think it's going to amount to too much, man. Maybe this reverse head and shoulder type pattern. You come back up to like 430 something. Come up like 50, 60 points or 100 points tomorrow, potentially. I think it'll be that, and then you'll kind of roll over. Yeah, guys. Smash the like button. Always appreciate that. Always appreciate that. And check out the Aldo Empire VIP Discord down below. And the exchanges down below if you know how to trade, if you're an experienced trader. If you're not, I do have a really good beginner course and a good investing course, a new one too on the website as well down below. So yeah, check both of those out. Man, NASDAQ as well. I mean, look, I think short term you may have a little bit more upside, but I don't know, man. Maybe up to 100 to 200 points tomorrow or something, but then after that you may come down farther. If we look at the Cool Kids short fund here, I mean, obviously that green dot didn't give you much. This one didn't give you anything, but this one, ooh, that one gave you a little. Nah, there was none over there, but It could be like that. I could see you coming back up to 31 or something here, potentially. Potentially. Link, yeah. Trend reversal sign. I think it's going to do what it's done for the past 10 years or past past year or so. I think it's going to just reject from this area. Usually you don't have to extend the frickin' like descending wedge thing. I mean, it's kind of hitting that point. I think it'll probably reject from here or something, come up maybe a little bit higher. I don't think it's going to break upward yet. Not yet. Maybe on the 2 week, sure. There's potential here. Maybe. What age did I start trading? 22, 23. I mean, I was trading earlier than that, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I'm 26 now. Link is just so dead. Yeah. I mean, it looks kind of good in the weekly. It looks better in a lot of other things. But I think it's gonna. If I just looking at price action, I think it's gonna do what it's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times, 10 times here. That would be my guess. Just come back down. You know what I mean? So yeah. Ultimately, too. Gold is down a bit as well. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with gold. Silver has a more kind of interesting chart than gold right now. Do we lose this area? We might, man. We might. It might follow everything else down. And then it'll probably get a big kind of jump up. I wanted to look at silver SPX. Coming up there. Yeah. I mean, we're at that point. We're almost going to go into the green in the monthly there. Look at that curvature. Gold SPX. Almost there. You may get a trigger wave soon. So I think you've bottomed out against the S&P 500 here. That's what I think. I think you've generally bottomed out against the S&P 500. USD outperforming the Japanese currency, the yen, I think, yeah. That looks kind of bullish. Mexican peso. I think the peso's done for now. I think as the Dixie jumps, more money will flock into the Dixie. This one was interesting, the Costa Rican one. I think that could be potentially done too. That is a volatile freaking. If that keeps going up, man, I don't know. I think it's just a double top here. But man. And we wanted to kind of look at look at 5 hour there. I mean, there's a few other like, oh yeah, those are. XRP goes along with Doge a little bit. I don't know. It's like the brother of Doge. Not really, but you know. I mean, in terms of money flow and trajectory, we're right here. We're July of 2019 here. Let's not count the pandemic though. Let's just count this potential. 23 cents. I don't know if you're going that low. I have no idea. But I do know I would be waiting until this goes into the red to even think about buying this for long term. And wait till that monthly trigger wave kind of plays out here because, yeah. TRB, somebody was asking about that earlier. I don't know. There's not enough data for me to really give an opinion on that. Doge, oh man. So, probably going to have to wait for a bull div on that 2 week. That weekly's not bad though. I don't know. 6 cents. There's some people that bought the bull pennant there. They did pretty well. That was like a 10x to, yeah. That's pretty good. How about the SHIB? Potential kind of bull div that could form on the weekly maybe. But you're just playing ping pong and you're probably going to go down lower. 5 zeros, 5 zeros 5, you know. That's kind of my opinion on the SHIB at the moment. Chevron. That's another one that's kind of generally a bullish structure when you look at that monthly, when you look at, yeah. This might be the one to go long on because it's like down more than Exxon or whatever. Where could you end up here? 220 or something potentially. Render, RNDR. I think you're probably going to form the, I would stay the hell away from this. I think you're probably going to form the bull bear div and break downward to like that high, 76 cents. This could come down a lot. Like there's not much that's really, you know, this doesn't look good by any means, the blood down. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to go down that much, but you know, 80 cents, 75 cents. Hopefully Bitcoin could jump here. 1600 maybe for ETH. Maybe we get a little jump for crypto. Alts are literally in the toilet. Yeah, I mean, they could go deeper in the toilet. They can. What were some other alts people liked back in the day? Oh, let's take a quick look at, like, I don't know. What's another one we should take a quick look at? What is it? Oh yeah, CoinGecko is what I wanted to take a look at. CoinGecko. And Toncoin, I mean, that's out of nowhere. Polkadot I want to take a look at because that hasn't been as relevant. It's still a large, I mean, it's still, what is that, the 13th, still top 15 coin. But it's just, if you're going to bounce, it could potentially be here, but yeah. But if you're going to go farther out of this formation, oh man. Down to that point, like $3, $2 to $3 potentially. We were looking at Matic earlier, guys, but I'll look at it again. Why not? All right, so here's what's going to happen with Matic. It's going down to 15 cents. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think it's going to go that low, but it's 70% down to. Oh man, I mean, you do have the bull div on the weekly. There's something there. This is somewhat of a significant point. I don't know, man. If I had to guess here, I think we'd go back to high 30s, what I was talking about earlier. It's a little hard to say. I think this is not a bullish structure right here. I think you'd break down from that and go down to 46 cents. That's the next thing I would think. And I think in terms of buying this, maybe a 2 week bull div, if you see that, you know, in a few months or something, as this money flow gets deeper here potentially. Pokey. And what I want to look at too is the NFT floor price, which is pretty boring. I mean, mutant 7600. The pudgy penguins. It's more for a pudgy penguin than a mutant. Jeez. Yeah, these have gone higher. That's wild. Those have gone higher. Nuts. Crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, these are just, I mean, trading volume's got to be so low. I mean, even for, yeah, the punks are 72. Yeah. Bitcoin versus all season chart. Oh, is that why? Is that why the pudgy penguins went up so much? That's interesting. Well, they still peaked out in January, so it's not really. Huh. There we go. Oh, we're about to get worked out. Maybe that's the bottom, though. Maybe the Lord was merciful on us in this trade. I mean, not a bare div there, but, you know, money flow is not bad in your hourly. Thoughts on Bitfarm? I don't know anything about Bitfarm. Don't know what it is. Have not heard of it. Yeah. Don't know. Don't know anything about Bitfarm. Well, patience is a big factor, obviously, but if you're too patient, that's the problem. But it's got to follow the strategy, which is the most important part, and I think a lot of the strategy is to remain patient. So, yeah. Oh, man, now we're coming back up. Lucked out so far. But, yeah, guys, I mean, look, I mean, it is what it is. If you're experienced traders, if you know how to trade, check out FAIRDESK down below. Check out the links down below. All exchanges that I personally have used and currently use. A lot of good stuff down there. PHEMEX PT is the newest partner. Good for Forex, good for traditional markets. You do have to use a VPN, though. They've been around a while, so check them out. And I do have a pretty good trading course if you guys are new, and a good investing course, more for long term, for the easiest kind of, just get when to get in and kind of get out, DCA in, DCA out, all on the website. And the Discord is phenomenal. A lot of good stuff we've worked on for you guys to try to help you guys out, try to help everybody learn. Let's see. Market makers will keep Bitcoin between 25K and 28K. Yeah, I mean, I think that direction will be chosen relatively soon. Bitfarms. This is mining. Okay. 200 million. It seems like it just follows Bitcoin, man. I mean, yeah, this really just follows Bitcoin. So it could be one of those more volatile versions of Bitcoin, similar to like MicroStrategy or whatever. And what is this down? 95, and then yeah. Huh. I think it'll follow what Bitcoin does, potentially make a higher low or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, Alexas, and then yeah. What is it up from? Yeah. Never heard of this. I don't know. I think it'll probably come lower. Potentially it could survive, obviously, make a higher low. I want to look at MicroStrategy. Small strategy. reversal in the monthly. I think it's going to be more like that rather than, I mean, most of these have turned relatively bearish. I think you're going to come down, potentially make a higher low. This has been up a lot, though. $4 billion market cap. Yeah, 2 week doesn't really seem too, you know, too promising there. Coinbase as well. I mean, that's another one. Those RSIs would tell me we're going to go down farther here. In November, this road kind of points to November. If we lose $68, right, really, if we lose 70, that's where things get I mean, I guess all this structure, if you were to, I think you come back to like 50 or something. That's where I would look. I think Coinbase will survive though, but yeah. Tesla, sure. That 2 weeks, not too bueno. I'm gonna put the DV, yeah, let's put the DVSI on for this. It's a 12, it's not half bad. Monthly is 7. 19 though on the 3-day, that's a high number. And a red X. I think you're going to come down farther. Nice little M pattern. I mean, if you break down from there, 160, I think you could see. I mean, the bottom in January was what? Let's see, 100. So that could have been the bottom potentially. I mean, that's down, what, 70% there? 75. That could have been the bottom. Make a higher low, come down another 30, 40 or something. Potentially. We'll see what happens though. I think it's gonna, it could do kind of what Bitcoin does. I don't know though. Could it go down to $60, $70? Yes, that's possible. That is possible. We'll see though. I want to look at like SPX versus M2. Yeah, because that's the big area obviously that we're kind of rejecting from. It just doesn't want to go above here, the S&P 500. That was the high against M2, but then, oof. Not a good time for the S&P 500 from there to there, but it's from, obviously, from 09 upward, you know. It still has gone upward against, you know, M2 money supply generally, but in the past kind of, you know, 23 years, no. We'll see what happens. I kind of don't think we're going to, you know, I kind of think it's going to bleed, you know, keep going down here as the Fed is kind of forced to tighten more. Is he still short on Tesla? Is that public info? I don't know if that's public info. But yeah. Bear div and the NASDAQ downward, yeah. Oh, yeah, NASDAQ versus, it's the same, yeah. That's very interesting because that's .com bubble highs against, like this is interesting because this was all these highs right here. And pre-bubble pop were essentially, you know, the essential power of what people expected the NASDAQ to do over the next, you know, 20, 30 years or whatever. And then, well, lo and behold, 20 years later, you know, pretty much exactly 20 years later, maybe 21 years almost, but right at that same point, and then you reject, you know what I mean? Like, that's all it was, and now it's done. Maybe. Let's look at the Dow versus M2. Oh, man, that's probably a really good one to look at. Let's clean this up a little bit here. That's interesting because you got to this point here. So it's like a lot of other things, but I mean, since 09, it's came up. We climbed that wall. We've climbed that fear. And then, but man, that was a big drop down. Back to 1987 values. And where's that money flow? Money flow is right here. So essentially, that's why I feel like if we were to, I'm just trying to think here. I just want to see something. If we were to do this, and then we were to, so let's move this over. Yeah, this is what I want to do here. we do this. Okay, we come down to close to, in terms of buying power, close to pandemic lows or something. And we do this. Do this, and that was before '08. I feel like the 100th-year anniversary of in CVO Crypto was talking about this, 100-year anniversary of the Great Recession, or Great Depression. What happens then? Don't know. I think you probably would come back. Yeah, you come back there, and then come back there, and then it's all done. New empire. Yixi. This is done too. Yixi. Yixi is next. Look at Bitcoin versus M2. Think you're going to come down to like, at that point could be big. Yeah, this high here. You're still below freaking, yeah, in terms of buying power, you're still below 2017 highs. You're still below that. You came down to, yeah, these highs for that one, yeah. You probably, yeah, I think you would, yeah, kind of around here again. Your co-spot, high teens, low 20s would make the most sense here. Bed Bath & Beyond, yeah, that's top 3 indicators. Probably market cipher and then traditional TA are the main things. I'm a market cipher guy. Netflix, 15 on the bear on the 2 week. I mean, a monthly doesn't look good. Trigger wave to the downside. I think you'll retest this DBSI thing. 200 again, maybe. I don't know, though. I think it will come down. We're fighting back here. Not too much else to look at right now. I've been on it out about an hour and 15. So inverse contracts, is this an inverse? Why do I forget what that even means? So, I forget what the inverse, this is inverse, I believe. Yeah, Bitcoin versus USDT. They have a lot on FAIRDESK. There's quite a bit. Check out MEXC down below. We're also doing a promo with them. I think I forgot to mention. Where if you deposit $100, do one futures trade, I believe you are eligible to get $200 trading bonus. You got really, it's only with my link, you got really good odds. We don't have a crazy number of signups. We're doing 2 people this week that get that. And they have a lot of stuff. They have a lot of, Lanacore always does those trades in the Discord with these like crap tokens like Bitcoin 2. Could be better in the first one. Use the coin as margin instead of, yeah. So can you even do that? I haven't done that. I just use Tether. It's been a minute since I've done that. Everybody used to do that back in the day on like Bybit and stuff. I don't even know if you can do that. And it doesn't look like you could do that on FAIRDESK. Yeah, doesn't look like you could do that. I think MEXC you probably can. Most exchanges you can. It's just not as popular. But yeah, I mean the main ones I use, there's all links down to below. They're all pretty good. You do need to use a VPN with Prime XBT, but they're pretty good as well. I mean they'll probably get KYC. I mean there's going to be ones, always coming out, to counter the KYC. There's a way around it. Republic of Poloff or something, for like $200 to get around it, but. For now, I'm just using the ones that are pretty chill. The Crypto Scalper had the real crypto scalper. He had a little issue with Bybit, but yeah. Been a minute since I've affiliated with Bybit. I mean, since the KYC requirement, kind of tough to affiliate with them if I don't even use them. You know, if I can't even use them. This was the short on real estate, which is looking really freaking good right now, actually. It's a 3. I mean, these are risky, but yeah, it's kind of stayed in that thing. I think it's probably going to come back up to these levels, theoretically. Thoughts on ETH? I mean, I think it's going to keep bleeding against Bitcoin. I think potentially you're going to end up at like 1,200 or something, maybe lower. Maybe 12 to 800 would be a good range. I think it potentially could go lower. We'll see what happens though. But yeah, short term, not awful. Looks like you may have some more upside potential in the short term. And Bitcoin as well. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to get off. I'm going to get going. Really appreciate you guys. Check out the Aldo Empire Discord down below. We had this trade given in advance. Got a lot of other ones given in advance too. And we do a lot of live chats and stuff for you guys. So let's see. That's about it. And yeah. So check that out. Check out the exchanges. FAIRDESK, we do the good promo I told you about. MEXC, really good promo. FAMEX, we're working on a trading competition. And Prime XBT is good as well. Up to $7,000 bonus with my link. So check that out. Really appreciate you guys. Hopefully this will come up higher. So yeah, have a good one, guys.